Sword Rider. Transformers reviews and toy related chat. Sword Rider. Sword Rider.
Hello everyone, it's Sword Rider here and welcome to the top 10 action figures of 2019. So let's quickly talk about the rules before we get into it. Number one, these are figures that I've purchased this year, but they don't have to be released this year. So they might be vintage or so on and so forth, but I bought them this calendar year. I will not be including any Transformers or transforming robots or anything like that within this list, simply because I'm going to do another top 10 of Transformers and everything like that. This is purely action figures. And finally, I've made the decision not to include anything I've bought in December or over Christmas, simply because it's too soon to tell whether they are an amazing toy or not, because of the old new toy joy and everything like that. That said, though, if there was an outstanding item that I got over Christmas that could have crept in, I might have considered it, but really I think that these figures are superior to anything I've picked up recently. So now the rules are out the way, let's go straight in to an honourable mention, and let's flip the camera around so you can see the toys and not my face. So first of all, honorary mentions. This is a figure I picked up from Comic Con in Birmingham, I think it was, for a princely sum of £2. It's a Marvel Legends Thing figure, and I had loads of fun with this. I picked it up for £2 because one of his hands were broken. You should have hands like this, but this hand was completely shattered, and I rebuilt and repainted his hand. It's a solid hand, it doesn't move, but I moulded the hand out of it, and it looks quite good. And I had loads of fun mucking about with the Thing here. And he was so close to getting into my top 10, and it just goes to show you don't have to spend a lot of money on a figure to enjoy it. Figure spoiler is the only vintage figure in the top 10, and it is Marshall Bravestar. I got this complete earlier this year, and even though he's not a figure I've played with a lot, he is an amazing figure. He's in such good condition for his age, and he's complete. I've got his other parts in my case. No damage, no breakages on there. His mechanism still works. It's a great figure, and it's full of nostalgia, and a figure that I never had when I was a kid. And obviously holding him and seeing him for the first time, I was shocked how big he was. But in 10th place we have Marshall Bravestar. 9th place we have Super 7's Liner. The only Thundercats figure I've picked up from this line, even though I think some of them are amazing. I picked up this because I don't like the original figure. I had the original figure and it was loose and the paint was awful on it, but I just didn't like it, and I think the Masters of the Universe-esque mould works so much better for Thundercats. So I picked up this guy, and again, he wasn't a lot of money. I think this guy was £12, and he is an amazing toy, amazing figure. He's in stock on Amazon, I think, for around that price, so if you want to get one of these, go on Amazon and get one. I think they've got some other characters as well. Yeah, so number 9, Liner. And in 8th place we have Marvel Legends Black Widow. And the face sculpt on this figure is absolutely stunning. It really surprised me. I only really picked up this figure for the Build-A-Figure part, even though I did want a Black Widow figure. I kind of wanted the one with the red hair. But you know what? This is an amazing figure, and it really, really shocked me. A figure that I didn't think I actually wanted has become one of my favourites of the year, and it is beautifully sculpted. And this year has been big for Marvel Legends for me. I've bought my first, and I've bought probably about my 50th one as well. But definitely Black Widow here is one of the best of the year. Next up is a figure that got me back into a line that I've been dormant in collecting for a long time. It is Black Series reissue Darth Maul. Now, I picked up this guy just on a whim, really. I spotted him in a shop in Burton, and I thought, you know what, he's cool, I'm going to get him. And he's amazing. He's such a great figure, and you know what, I'm so happy I picked him up, and I have started to pick up a fair few Black Series now. I'm trying not to buy all of them, just characters I really like from shows, like The Mandalorian, for example, or the films I like. And actually, you know what, I said the other day in one of my videos, what am I like buying a prequel figure? this is actually a prequel figure, and it was the first 6-inch Black Series figure I bought. So, in that 7th place, we have Black Series Darth Maul. This figure is a figure that I picked up on a whim from the same place as I actually got the thing from early on in this video, the Comic Con. And I didn't think I really wanted it, but when I bought it, I've had so much fun posing it and putting his head on different bodies. It's Nick Fury, or Samuel L. Jackson from Captain Marvel. He has trouble standing up, but he's an absolute bloody nightmare, as you can see. Just won't stand. But that face sculpt and the fact I've had so much fun with him, putting other figures on his suit body or swapping his head and everything like that, you know what? He's well deserved in this top 10. At 6th place, we have Nick Fury from Captain Marvel. In 5th place, we have Tom Holland's Iron Spider. This is a standard version with the 2-pack unmasked head put on it. And I've chosen this figure because this was a figure that got me really seriously into collecting Marvel Legends figures. That alongside Infinity War Captain America. I bought them both on the same day. Up until that point, I only had Star-Lord in my collection, just a random purchase. This version is amazing. I've had so much fun posing it. The 2-pack version with the spider legs on the back is amazing as well, but I wanted to pick this one because of the significance. Obviously, I've done a bit of custom on this figure because I've put Tom Holland's head on there, and unfortunately, I've had a little bit of breakage down his neck, so I don't want to risk taking that off for this video. But he's an amazing figure, relatively cheap, really recommended. In at 4th place and narrowly missing out on the top 3 is Build-A-Figure Hulk. This figure is amazing. The paint detail on him is stunning. The face sculpt is absolutely amazing. The chest hair is just great. He's a wonderful Build-A-Figure, the best Build-A-Figure I own, and I had a lot of fun trying to pick up the pieces, and luckily I managed to get all the pieces that I needed out from the comic book characters from a seller on eBay for about 30 quid. So this guy really cost me 30 quid because the other limbs come with figures that I wanted. So yeah, in at 4th place we have Build-A-Figure Hulk. And this really has been the year of Arnold Schwarzenegger for me. And in 3rd place we have Jungle Dutch. This figure is stunning. Comes with some amazing accessories like that torch and the bow and arrow. The detail on this guy, the face sculpt is absolutely stunning. He's one of 3 Dutch figures I own, and I am tempted to pick up more, to be honest with you. But this figure, wow, he's stunning. And I'm so happy he made it into the top 3. So there you are, 3rd place, we have a Jungle Dutch from NECA. So in 2nd place, and it was so tough to call this, is my most expensive purchase of 2019. It is 3A Bumblebee. Now, this could and will be included in my Transformers top 10. But I've included it in the action figures as well because that's all it is. It doesn't transform. I'm going to put his lights on. There we are. It doesn't transform. He is purely an action figure, but the quality of this thing is absolutely stunning. I've got my own sentimental reasons for wanting a representation of Bumblebee as film accurate as possible. And you know what? This figure doesn't disappoint. It feels hefty. It's just a phenomenal figure. It's more of a statue than a toy, and I say that quite loosely because all these joints move and it's got some amazing articulation. But it feels the quality of a statue, if that makes sense. It's a beautiful thing, and the sacrifice of not being able to transform is well worth it. And he narrowly missed out on the top spot. So in 2nd place we have 3A Bumblebee. So in 1st place is a figure that I actually picked up around the 1st week or 2nd week in January. So this hasn't got any new toy joy with it. It is a figure that I really have enjoyed for 12 months, and that's the reason why he's number one. He's beaten Bumblebee. It is Terminator 1 NECA T800, and this figure is stunning. I actually picked up this guy relatively cheap because he had a slight blemish on his nose, which I've kind of touched up, and I know you can see it on camera there, but to the eye, outside the camera, you really can't see it. It is my favourite action figure of the year, probably my favourite action figure in my entire collection. The detail on this thing is amazing, and he is an absolute stunning toy. So let's bring in some of these figures so you can see them all together. Let's bring Bumblebee back, Arnie in front, Dutch, Hulk, Brave Star. Oh, he's lost his hat, but never mind. The Thing. Oh, we're all falling over now. The Thing. Lion-O. Tom Holland. Being hugged by Lion-O. Samuel L. Jackson. Darth Maul. Let's pop him there. And, of course, Black Widow. So those have been my best action figures of 2019. It's been a pretty good year, and there's been some stunning figures that didn't make this collection. But overall, I'm really, really happy with what I've picked up this year, action figure wise. I'll obviously be doing my top 10 Transformers of 2019, which, spoilers ahead, probably will have a lot of Siege in it. I'm going to do something a bit different this year. I normally do my top 10 official Transformers and then maybe a top 5 third party or knockoffs, but I simply haven't bought many third party. I think I bought 3 that are still in my collection this year, so I'm going to be putting those in with the top 10. Anyway, I hope you've had a great Christmas. I hope you have an amazing new year. Keep toy collecting. I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.